What is up, my dudes? It's Pac-Man here and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing my very best in showing you how to develop that godlike game sense that some of the top players in the world all share. Really quickly, just want to give a quick shout out to last week's comment winner for coming up with this idea. So thank you very much, Elite Gaming, and today we're going to be covering how to improve your game sense. So in the same way as last week, whatever it is that you want to see me cover, I want you to leave a comment down below on where you want to improve, and the comment with the most likes will get a little shout out, and I'll cover that topic in next week's tutorial. Now, a quick disclaimer, the number one best way to improve your game sense is unfortunately spending time grinding out the game. Nothing is going to improve your game sense, your game awareness, like actually playing, right? So the tips that I'm going to give you throughout this video are just there to help aid you in improving that game sense faster and more efficiently. So with all that in mind, let's get straight into it. Tip number 1, don't reload immediately. This tip is definitely one of the more practical tips that I'm going to give you throughout this video, but it's something that I see people, even at the higher platinum ranks, do often, which causes them to die. After you win a gunfight, always be expecting another person to contest you and try to get that refrag. If as soon as you finish off fighting one player, you begin to reload and then get re-challenged, you're giving every bit of the advantage to the other player. Try not insta-reloading and switching your crosshair to another point of entry, or just even hold that same angle that the attacker pushed you from. If you literally have no bullets left, switch to a secondary and do the same thing. This is one of those tips that it's like if you do it and someone does recontest you, it gives you every fighting chance of winning that gunfight. If you don't do it and someone recontests you, you are going to die. So don't take that chance, don't insta-reload, readjust your aim and look for that second player coming for that frag. Tip number 2, be mindful when you die. Don't just instantly get angry and think, fuck this man, he got so lucky, what was he doing there? Or, you know, oh, that was a headshot, or whatever it is that's caused you to die. Start taking responsibility for your death and use it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Take note of the reason you lost that gunfight, whether it was an unexpected position, you got late flanked, or you simply didn't hit the headshot and they did. It's all about learning. Use that information. So next time you're doing that same similar push, bring a claymore so that you don't get late flanked, or at least you'll have that information when you hear the shot behind you. Aim higher to land more consistent headshots. Drone out more efficiently and ensure the room you're entering is free. Don't make the same mistake twice. Be mindful and learn from your deaths. Try not to get tilted. Tip number 3, use gunshots and other loud noises to suppress your flank. At any decent standard of play, players will be hypersensitive to sound, especially when it's coming from the opposite direction as the bomb site they're attacking or defending. To avoid being detected like this, use loud noises like gunshots, frag grenades, vaulting, or anything like that to suppress the sound of your flank and catch the enemy by surprise. You can alt walk, which is holding down the alt key. I'm not sure if it's the same on console, I don't really play console, but on PC you can alt walk, which makes you basically silent, still a little bit of noise, especially if you're at a 3 armor, but makes you very, very quiet. Pushing up, but a lot of the time that is not fast enough. You're not going to get unless your timing is perfect, you're not going to get that rotation quick enough and catch them before they either take out your teammates or whatever it is that's happening in the specific circumstance. So try and speed up that process so when you hear loud noises like someone having a gunfight or a C4 being blown or something like that, anything along those lines, use that as an opportunity to make those steps, to do a quick stand up, get off alt walk and walk faster, or maybe even a little sprint. All of these sort of things will allow you to speed up the flank and really do catch your enemy by surprise. Tip number 4, play with people that are better than you. So have you ever heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you hang around with the most? This is true in game as well. If you're playing with lower standard of players, or maybe you're even the best in the group of friends that you play with, all in all, you don't really have anyone to learn from. The players that are going to be critiquing you are a lower standard than you, and you know, the players that you're spectating and the overall team composition, it's just going to be a lower standard of team comp, so you're not going to be able to kind of grow as fast as you should be. Add people that go off in ranked, you know, like if you're playing a game, some guy drops 12, 13 kills either against you or with you, add him. you know, or her, sorry, for that matter, but see if they want to maybe party up, get playing with them. You can use forums to find teams. Like I know in Australia there's Rainbow Six ANZ, a Discord server where there's always people looking for ranked matches, and yeah, don't be afraid to put yourself out there. This will help you improve at a much faster rate. There's very little out there that will get you better faster than playing with better players who are telling you where you're going wrong, and players that you can spectate and watch and see how they, you know, push bomb sites and stuff like that. Take this on board and you will start to improve much faster. Tip number 5, watch high level play. What's better than watching absolute monsters play when trying to improve yourself? Something that I did when I started playing first was watch a bunch of gameplay and streams from people like Pengu, BELLOW, I'm not sure if that's how you actually pronounce his name, I may have just murdered it, but yeah, BELLOW, GRMP, and different players with different styles to learn how the best play and how they act, you know, and where their crosshair placement is. From there, all you're doing is trying to mimic some of their style and add that to your own game. Watching and studying the way the best play the game, from things like quick peeking, pre-aiming certain spots, and other things alike, it's going to help you improve your own personal game sense no end. Trust me, watch high level play, try and mimic the things they do, and you will soon see your game sense start to come on no end. Finally, tip number 6, try and get into a competitive scene. So a lot of you guys say that you are absolute beasts, you're just stuck in lower ranks for certain reasons. Maybe that's solo queue, or you know, you're down in silver and it's too hard to get back up, you're not getting the same elo, so that you're only playing against silver players, or maybe even low gold, or I'm not sure, whatever standard you're at. If you feel that way, if you feel like you're much better than the rank that you're currently playing at, but you can't seem to, like, for whatever reasons I just mentioned before, you can't pull yourself out of that. In the end of the day, if you're not playing against higher level competition, you're not going to be developing that higher standard game sense like they will. Can you imagine a gold 1 player, if he spent, let's say a silver 1 player, if he spent a week to 2 weeks playing in platinum 3, and then he went back down and played in silver 1, he'd feel like they weren't even shooting back. He like, you know, he might get doo-dooed on for the first few days, you know, get thrown around a little bit, but by the time he goes back to the original standard that he was playing at, he'd just be able to shit all over him, excuse my language. So a good way of getting around this, so if you can't get out of your current rank but you want to play at higher standard, try joining like a competitive league or playing in free-to-play tournaments. If you don't have a team, some of the ways that I mentioned before, like forums, there's always teams looking for players, you know, ranked, making your own team, different things like that. This is just kind of like a shortcut to allow you to play against that better standard of player, even if you're stuck at that lower rank, and overall start to develop game sense like they have, that you can then take back into your own gameplay. With all of these tips in mind, you're going to be that player on the scoreboard getting frags in absolutely no time, killing people with that lucky claymore, or making people say, wow, that fucking timing, I was just holding that, blah, 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 whatever it is, whatever excuse they come up with. It's going to be you in no time. You're going to be making people angry. You're going to be fragging out. I promise you, dudes. Like I said before, the main thing that's going to get you better and really improve your game sense is time spent. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. There is shortcuts. These are the shortcuts that I'm telling you, like trying to be mindful. Everything that I've mentioned in this video, these are shortcuts. These will help you, but nothing's going to replace game time, okay? So once again, guys, drop a comment on what you want to see next week. Comment with the most likes. It's going to be the one that I make. Thank you again, Elite Gaming, for last week's comment. And yeah, be sure to subscribe and drop a like on this video. It really is the best way to support a small content creator like myself. You know, I don't get paid for doing these videos, so any like and comment that you guys give me, it helps know and helps tremendously. And I really appreciate the support. It doesn't go unnoticed. So yeah, with that being said, I will see you in the next one, dudes. Peace out.